Hey guys, my name's Creed. I'm gonna be posting on this realm about every day, maybe every other day. We'll kind of see how it goes. I might pre-record videos and just set them to upload at a certain time every day. But I'm a new creator. I've had a couple channels before, but this is the start of this one. So I'm gonna be posting on this channel every single day, ish. And today I'm going to be giving you guys a tour of spawns, which is where I'm at right now. I'm going to give you a tour of this area. So right here where I'm standing right now is like actual world spawn. Usually when you spawn you'll be somewhere around here. Sometimes you spawn down there. So this building right here is our sheep farm. If you look in here, we have a little bit of wool in there. It's pretty full. And then if you come over here, we got Fred the zombie. He's lived there for as long as I can remember, really. Probably around 7,000 days, maybe. I don't know. It's been a long time that he's been there. And then if you come on down here, inside of here we have what I think is the first house ever built. This mountain around it wasn't here before when it was first built. This was just kind of the terrain. So yeah, you got this room up here, you got a little balcony, and then there's a little basement in here. It's been kind of gutted because we don't use it anymore, but there's also a tunnel down there that goes to the deep slate level. There's also deep dark down there, which is where we got our first death to a warden. And then coming out of there we have some of our first builds on this server. So this was, I think it was originally a shop, I'm not sure, but now it serves as a museum. So we got things on here like our first pink sheep, first lucky find, first copper block, first emerald ore, first crafting table, it says moonstone, endstone, ancient debris, and second warden kill. So, yes, we have killed wardens before on this server. And then if you come over here, we have this, which was our second shop on the server, and this was never really used, but we were gonna sell things on here. I think, yeah, right here it's got the prices of some stuff. And then this guy's lived in here basically for the whole length of the server. He never leaves, but we don't pay him either, so he kind of just, I don't know, lives here rent free but can't leave. It's not a prisoner, guys, it's different. And then coming around here, all of this terrain, as you can see, is custom. It did not look like this in the beginning. So when we first started out this realm, we had a community furnace down here where you could come here and you could bring a bucket and get some lava. There were some lava farms over here, which has since been removed. We have a little dripstone farm thing there. And yeah, there was also lava there, lava cauldrons there at one point. We have this little secret base in here, which I think is neat. Me and my friend Aragon built this a while ago. You press that button and it opens this door into this secret room, which we never really did much with, but then you drop an item onto that and it'll close back up again, which I thought was neat. So coming out of there, back up to the surface, now we have my friend Slime King's, I think, well, it was where his first house was, but his first house got stolen by someone. I don't know who. So he rebuilt it, and this is what the rebuilt version looks like. So you come in here, he's got some of his cats and whatnot in here, and this house isn't used anymore, but it's what we used beforehand, and there's like a little thing in the roof. Yeah, so that is Slime King's technically second house, but also first house. And then if you come over here, we have one of our shops, and it's not, we don't use this as an actual shop, but we kind of just built it, and I think it's nice. It's been there for a very, very long time. And then coming up here, we have our monastery, which is where we held our first court case, the case of the stolen iron, which is some lore from the very beginning of the server. And then you come down here, and there's a little cellar sort of down here, and there was storage in here, but it's mostly been removed now. And then coming up here, we have our poppy field from fallen iron golems in our iron farm. We have a little crop field here, And then coming in here, we have the greenhouse, which is, I think, one of the best builds on the server. I like it quite a lot. I don't know, there was bees in here at one point, but I think they might have all died or been relocated. And then coming back down here, we have what was actually, yeah, now that I think about it, this was the first base on the server. So it came to about right here where I'm standing was the wall, and then it was just this area right here, and it was Lash Out's base, and that was where he lived. And then later, since he doesn't really play much anymore, it was taken over and expanded by another player. And so this is his base, and I think it's like a shared base, so he shares it with one of the other players on our server. But this is the top bedroom, and apparently somebody said hi. And coming back down here, we have this little area. This was a fighting ring, which I had a lot of fun in. And then we have a piston door, which opens up to this kind of, I don't know, back room area. This is, I guess, supposedly a bedroom once upon a time. And then we had a jail in here, and it was full of dogs. No longer, as you can see. This is an execution chamber, and it was where they tried to trap me, but they failed miserably, and so I just escaped and left. But they tried. And then coming in here is the jail hall, where we have some animals in here in jail. I think most of these are empty, though. And then coming down in here, we have what I call the frog room, which is just like a kind of nice little sanctuary for the frogs. And then back here we have a throne room, which behind it there's a secret chest room, which is no longer in use, but it's neat back here. And then leaving the frog room, there's this other way out, which just leads right back into this room. And if you come up right here, we have what we call the horse cabinet. So we've got all of our little guys in here. Some of them are around the server and other places, but a lot of them are in here. And then coming from there, if you come over here, this is my first house that I built. And this is not the original floor. The original floor was a lot better. It was, the original floor was oak and birch planks, and I had them in a neat pattern. And yes, I know birch is ugly, but I made it less ugly. And so if you press that button right there, this door opens up. And then this is the main part of my base that I actually used. And it leads you down here. You come in here, I have melon and pumpkin farms. And if you come up here, I have the first proper storage room in the entire world. And then if you keep going this way, there's this little room. And that button leads into another room over there, but I'll show you that from the outside. And then to leave, you just press this button right here, stand here, and it shoots you up. Now to get into that other room I was talking about, you stand right here, you press the button, and it drops you down into what we call the root cellar. So this was like a secondary base to Slime King. He lived in here. And also, most of these builds that I'm showing you were not built by me. They were built by Aragon and Slime King and some other players on the server. And yeah, they were definitely not built by me. I am by no means a good builder. I am the redstoner on the world. Slime King is the builder. So coming out of the root cellar now, we can come over here kind of behind where my house was. And this is the castle. This is one of the first places that we stored villagers at. So we still have a few villagers in here. A lot of them have been zombified and we had to get rid of them. But yeah, it's a nice little castle in here. And then coming out of the castle, we have a little pumpkin patch over here, and you can kind of overlook the rest of the world and all these other builds like that island and those statues and that farm and different things. I'll make separate videos for because it simply just would not fit in this video. So if we leave there and we kind of fly more over here, right back to these shops that I showed you at the very beginning, We have our sword nether portal design that we've had for years. And next to this nether portal design, we have this chicken cannon, which basically uses the wind charged effects. So we kill chickens with a splash potion after splashing them with wind charged, and it shoots you super high up in the air, which I love, but we don't use it a whole lot anymore. And then if you fly up here, we have my house. Again, it's the same one as down there, but up in the sky, because Slime King thought it'd be funny to steal my house and put it in the sky. And so that's exactly what he did. And if you come on down here, you can see it's the exact same thing, minus the basement, of course, just up in the sky. And then coming down from there, we have the 3 heads. These are the founders' heads. So this is mine, this is Slime King, and this is Aragon's head. And inside of mine, below mine actually, we have our main base. Below Aragon's, we have Aragon's base. And if you come over here, we have a sort of little forest thing, which we've used for a number of different things. But right now, it's being used to house our beacons. So we have almost one of every type of beacon. We have a diamond beacon, an emerald beacon, and if you come around to the back over here, we have a gold beacon. And I guess right now we don't have our iron beacon up, but we will get it up at some point. It's just taken down right now. And this is our partially finished netherite beacon. As you can see, the whole outside is complete, but if I were to break in one of these blocks, you can see the inside of it is really just iron. So we're about halfway done with this beacon, which is really exciting. Slime King has done basically all of the work to get that netherite, and I did basically all the work to get the diamond beacon. And coming over here, we have another house, and it's sort of like a little bakery house. And so you got a little door over here, and if you come down here, we have some automated things. So we get eggs through here, we get other things. It's supposed to be wheat output, but we also put other things in there. And then if you flick this lever right here, you're supposed to get bread. Right now, it's empty, but it normally gives you bread when you flick that lever. And then coming over here, we have this tree, and we have this crop farm, which is where the wheat normally comes out, but as you can see right now, we've been using it for flowers, so we haven't been getting very much wheat through there. This is the pond of World Spawn, and there was once upon a base back here, but it got blown up, so there's no longer a base back there. But there was also, this is kind of like a horse garage, so this is a place where we kind of just like would keep our horses when we were coming through here. And this is a fun little machine, so when you die and you spawn here, since there's a world spawn, you press this button and it crafts copper armor and tools. So that's always nice to have something when you first die. And also, I guess I'll call this inside of Spawn, but we have the airship up here, and this is Slime King's. He built this, and he has this, but it's just a nice little kind of pirate ship floating up in the sky. You got a captain up there driving the ship onward. So that is the complete tour of our world Spawn. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and leave a comment telling me what you think down below. In the next video, I'm going to be giving a tour of something else, and then once I've given tours of everything on the realm, I'm going to just start posting about projects. And I might start posting about projects before I finish all the tours as well, so just wait and see. So if you'd like to see more content, subscribe.